To whichever agent finds this, take a seat. It's a long listen. Have you ever wondered what it was like for us first-wave agents? Well, I think I have a little insight for you. I was deployed into Manhattan. This was well before the dark zone was set up, obviously. I was on guard duty for one of the hospitals, checking the civilians before they came in. We had a few crazies that thought the place would be better off on fire, cleansing it. No doubt they were some of the first cleaners to pop up. As the days went on, more infected flooded in, and we soon ran out of supplies. And to make things worse, factions started to crop up and they were cutting off the supply chains. I went from patting down idiots using BB guns to intimidate people, to hunting down supplies and putting down the gangs holding them. Some part of me was glad to actually see some action. I just wish I didn't have to take down so many civilians. I think that's what opened my mind to some words I would hear later. It was only a few days after the supplies were depleted that it happened. Uncle Sam decided we were a lost cause. Central Manhattan was declared expendable, and the dark zone was enacted. I remember the look on the civilians' faces when the JTF that were stationed there fled the hospital. They were devastated, scared, but they knew they had the division with them, so it put them at ease. What I remember more than their faces was what the other agents did right then. A dozen orange circles turned red in front of me. After they saw that I stayed orange, I was told by a friend I had made while stationed there that I had 5 minutes to get out. I don't regret a lot of things, Agent, but I regret not staying there. I regret not at least trying to stop them. They executed all of the civilians at the hospital. I could hear the screaming, the cries for help, and the gunfire that met them, all from the office only a few 100 feet away, that I hid in because I was a goddamn coward. I should have stayed. It took me 3 days to avoid rogue agents and overwhelming faction groups. When I did have to fight, it was ruthless. It turns out the human body can take a lot of damage when the mind has gone feral. And more than a few times, I saw people eating those that they had just killed. I don't regret shooting them. When I finally escaped the dark zone, I was beaten, bleeding, and exhausted. I collapsed on the street and waited for death to take me. But someone intervened. And you're gonna love this. It was Aaron Keener himself, come like an angel of mercy. I passed out shortly after he came to me. When I woke up, I was in some apartment, bandaged and alive. Keener was sitting in the living room, cleaning his weapons. The funny thing, I didn't even know who he was, other than a fellow agent. That is, until I saw the red circle in his watch. He noticed that I noticed. Now, don't get me wrong, Agent. I want Keener dead as much as you do. But even now, something he said I held on to. and I take it seriously. Even though it did come from the devil, red isn't always wrong. I don't know if I'm dead by the time you hear this, but what I can tell you, I went back to the dark zone, and I'm probably still in there. The agents with me at the hospital are too. And until I hunt down every last one of them, my watch stays red. I hope you can understand.